Hey! Welcome back to Missing the Misses. I'm Shatara.
I'm Elise. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe.
Yes, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. I don't think I've ever said that.
I don't think so either.
Click the notification bell, you guys, so that you guys can get up alerts when we go live or when we, put out a new video, okay?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm going through some things, but I don't know what it is. So today we're just going to talk about like how we handle changes. I feel like a change is coming.
Okay.
I was talking about this to Verena at church Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I think she might have asked, like, is there something I could pray for you about?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yeah, I feel like something about to happen, but I don't know what it is. But can you feel that about yourself sometimes?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or I don't know. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing because I trust God, but...
But normally I know I can kind of feel what it is because it depends on what I've been praying for. So I can kind of feel when a change is about to come.
Yeah.
And I guess I usually just assume that's what the change is because that's what I've been praying for.
Okay. That's good. But yeah, I was just like, I feel, and I don't even think we talked about it. Like and I feel like we just talked about, God has been checking me on certain things. And I felt even like, looking at my finances, like I feel like I need to start getting something in order, but I don't know for what, or I don't know what's about to happen. And it's weird for me to say it out loud because, I mean, obviously we only been doing Missing the Misses a year, so this is kind of like our time to talk.
Yeah.
So to actually vocalize this is big for me. But just getting ready for change, or when change happens, like how do we handle it, or how do you react to change? You know?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, of course, trust God, but of course I'm human and I want to be in control, and you don't want it to be nothing bad or what we think is bad. You know what I mean? When God could probably just be shifting you into a different direction or just something different. And that's just like how I feel right now.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's where we differ because when I feel change or think of change, I always think in a positive direction.
Yeah.
I never think it's going to be something bad. And sometimes even if I get an uneasy feeling about something, or I feel like it's going to be something I'm not ready to deal with.
That part, that's how I feel.
I've come to a place where I don't let myself worry about things. I pray, I journal, and I let things go. Because I have worried myself one too many times about things I have zero control over.
Yeah.
And I had to come to a place where I had to stop doing that. Because you literally have no control, but you are worrying yourself. You are stressing yourself, and other good things in your life are being affected because you're so worried about something you don't even know what's happening and have zero control over it.
And I have caught myself like, okay, God, let me, you know how they say put it in God's hands and let it go, let God, like I do put stuff in God's hands and sometimes I take it back. And so it's like when I get to that place of getting anxious, because I actually felt that today. I'm like, oh my God. But I got to a place where I was feeling anxious and I'm like, you know what, Lord, I just had to start singing and start worshiping like, okay, God, I trust you, just try to keep it moving. But it's just like, I guess it's that unknown for me. And I try not to let it be fear and be scared of the unknown because, listen, again, like we always say, if God could bring us through 2020, like he literally has us. You know what I mean? Like what we thought was one thing, he literally just was like, nope, it's going on like this. And you know what I mean? And will shut things down to his will and his plan and all that stuff. But yeah.
But so I pray about anxiety often because I do have anxiety. Like I mean, I'm like diagnosed or whatever, but I know like I tend to take things and worry about it a lot. And so that's like a part of my nightly prayer is to pray for my anxiety, my stress, my worries, things like that, because it's always something that I just don't have to, but I have it bad sometimes. So I do, and I've gotten a lot better. Because it takes a huge toll on your life.
It does.
And it's just like, it doesn't have to be though.
I mean, and that's just like that human and wanting to be in control, wanting to know what's up ahead and wanting to be prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nowadays it's like, we don't know what's going to happen. It's like, you want to know what's going to happen, or when this happened or that happened, how are we going to react? And I try like you said, just trying not to get caught up in the worry part of it, but be kind of like, okay, God, you really are in control of my life. Let me be grateful that I have you, if nobody else, that will never leave or forsake me. You know, so I have to talk to myself like that.
Yeah. I mean, and because at the end of the day, no matter what it is, we won't be able to deal with it until it happens.
Right.
So it's like I'm doing all of this leading up to it.
Yeah.
And even still, you're not prepared for it.
Right.
So it's like I just did all of that for nothing. And then sometimes it's not even as big as you expected it to be. And you'd be like, I done did all that. And what happened.
And it's already worked out.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's already worked out, actually. So it's like we don't have to worry.
Yeah.
So that's good. So I was like, in the topic of change, I was looking up some stuff today.
In that, I was laying down trying to take a nap on my lunch break, but it made me think of a post that Ashley, a friend of mine, posted on Facebook, and it said, people tend to visit my past more than I do. And it says, I don't live there anymore. I sold the whole building. And instantly I wrote on there, demolished it.
Yes.
Like, I am not that person anymore. Like, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, all of that. I am no longer that person. And I know the change took place in me when I had my daughter. But it's like, and I'm so thankful I'm not that person anymore. But you know, hindsight is 20/20, right? So you don't understand that until now.
Right.
And you be like, that was the change I needed. Like, I needed that change. And it's just like, as afraid as I was to be a mom and to be having a baby, that's exactly the change I needed to be able to transition into who I am now. Like, I needed all those things to happen.
Right.
And so it was like, you know?
Change is good.
Yeah. And so that was the first thing I thought about.
Part
like,
of the journey.
Absolutely. Like, even in the hard times, you needed those hard times to make you who you are now.
That is true. That is a really good, well, not analogy because it happened to you, but that's a really good point that how, just from changing in general, how we used to be to what we aren't no more.
Right.
You know, even for me, a fear of mine is being broke. And not that I got money. I'm not saying nothing like that. But me and my husband, we work hard. You know what I mean? But because when we first got married, John.
And when have you ever just been broke, down, poor?
Well, not poor. No.
Never.
Not like that. But when just being broke this is what I mean. Because we so used to going, and I'm used to, my mom made a way for us. You know what I mean? And I didn't see her struggle, even though I learned that some struggles were there. So I didn't know that. But when we first got married, we didn't have no money. Like, it was the people that came to our wedding that gifted us with money to get through our first couple months. And I couldn't find a job for nothing. Like, I was out of work. You know, there was times we had to decide, was we going to go to church that night or use gas in the car to get, through Friday and the weekend. You know what I mean? So I remember one time we had some noodles and some frozen corn and peas in the freezer. Some noodles in the cabinet and some frozen corn and peas.
Mix it all together. I know you did it. I know you didn't.
Y'all, I made them noodles, them ramen noodles, oodles of noodles. And I sauteed them corns and peas. And yes, I mixed it all together for dinner one night. Like,
I'm not laughing at your struggle. But I'd have been like, I could have did without the vegetables.
Well, listen, this is really good. So this is how God works. So he was like, we got a little gas, like literally in the car. And we both he was paying our car notes. He was paying everything because I had no income, no income, everything. And so, and he didn't complain. He just did what he had to do.
Yeah.
But, so I made that little meal work. And I think I had enough I think we had maybe a box of Jiffy, put it all together, whatever. So we decided to go to work that night. to go to church that night. And somebody showed up to church with groceries.
That's so
all
crazy.
in their trunk, in the backseat, all in their trunk and in the backseat of their truck.
Oh my God.
Loaded down for us. And I'm not talking about like little stuff here and there, noodles. I'm not talking about that. They had steaks and ribs and pork chops.
So crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, we was set for a long time. So, but that's my fear of not having money to just live our everyday lives.
Okay.
I don't really care about a whole lot of money, nothing like that.
Saying.
But that instability, I guess, that instability, just not knowing.
Yeah.
But that's, so we do work hard, and Alonzo works really hard. But to not have to go backwards, you know what I mean? And God made ways for us. This is not just our doing, But that's like a fear of mine too. But to look from where God has brought us from, to look to where we are now, I'm great. Like you said, the journey needed to happen that way.
Yeah.
Having to stand in line to get a link card 4 or 5 in the morning I was in the middle of a storm, and they said my husband made too much. I'm like, where? He paying all the bills. We have nothing left over.
I'm standing out here in the rain. Not for fun.
And of course we don't have kids, so it's like they looking like, well, y'all got it. We really don't. We paying bills.
I get it. Even when I was working in retail and was not making a lot of money at all, and even with Bailey, they still told me I made too much money, and I was like I couldn't get Link, I couldn't get daycare assistance, I couldn't get nothing, and I just was like, this is what I'm talking about. It's people out here like me who just needed to get by just a little bit, a couple months or something. I just need a little bit of relief to get me through a couple more months until something comes through, and they deny you. Yeah. And it's just like...
And you got people out here... There's people obviously that need it, but people that definitely take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so... But yeah, I do. I look... And I'm grateful you said that the change is good. We literally had to go through certain things.
But it's good that you went through that, because now I'm sure you look at money differently. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you handle finances differently. Oh, yeah. Like, your situation is not the same. Yeah. Oh, no. Because you did go through that. So you absolutely
It's motivation to definitely keep growing.
Absolutely.
And being a giver and understanding other people that are going through hard times. So all of that, works together.
And now you in a place like when the pandemic hit and we've all finally got food from the grocery store. Like, y'all even had stuff to the side for people who may not have had something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now you're in a position to help other people who may call like, man, we ain't got ready. No groceries.
We was ready.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like... To the point where I was like, well, it's water here. Let me buy extra cases of water. Like, well, I will go in the store, buy water, go back in, buy another case, like, just in case somebody called me, like,
for real food.
You don't have water or tissue or anything, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that tissue was real. We had to get tissue for people.
Yeah. I still got tissue in my basement. Because at that point, I'm particular about my tissue, but at that point, I was just buying tissue.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, just in case somebody needs tissue, we run out of tissue, anything. It's just some tissue and paper towels. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that, it was crazy.
Right. But that is true. So, I can't look back and be like, okay, God, you done kept us and brought us. And even going through those times, now that I think about it, it wasn't like it was bad times.
Exactly.
It kind of made a foundation for us because it was so early on in our relationship or our marriage. And that's
why I said hindsight is always 2020. Yeah. You still had a bed to lay in.
Yep.
You still had a car to worry about putting gas in. You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying?
Perspective is everything.
Yeah. So you may not physically had money,
right?
But you had things,
and I wasn't lacking.
Exactly.
We were not lacking. So so change is that's good. I'm very grateful. And I say I'm grateful a lot, but when I begin to think on the things and how God brought us through, it really takes me to a place of like, God, I thank you. Like,
absolutely.
He's such a good God and He's a keeper. But so I know that I don't have to worry now. And I'm grateful that I can even get those feelings like, okay, something is about to happen. Like, I feel like something is about to happen. And not saying it's bad, but it's like, I want to know.
It's because you don't know.
What do I need to prepare for specifically? Yeah. Like, what do I need to do? And I probably should thank Him more and be like, okay, whatever it is, it's going to be growth. and it'll get us to our next step,
Mm-hmm.
you know, our next level or the next part of our journey together.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and us just as humans and as adults, we just overthink too much.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I say stuff and my daughter will say something like, and it'll just be the simplest thing, and I'll be like, she right.
Yeah.
Like, why am I overthinking this like this? And she literally would be like, it's not that big of a deal. Just do it. Just don't. Just this. Just that. And I'd be like, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Like, you may not even have a clue what you're saying, but I hear you.
Exactly. And I'd be like, it really is just that simple. But we make things harder than they have to be. They do.
And remember, and my mom, like, she get mad when I be like, it's okay. It's like, I can say it's okay for somebody else.
If y'all knew how much I hate that it's okay.
And I do be meaning it for other people.
I hate it.
It is okay, though. Like,
you could
Lisa.
Because Lisa hated it. Lisa said it to Lisa too. And I was like, but like, you could really be like, come to she bent it, pouring it all out. And she's like, it's okay.
And I mean
like, what? No. Which it really is going to be okay, but that's not what I wanted right now. I wanted you to turn up with me like, you right, you this, you that. And you like, it's okay.
It is really okay.
Yeah, okay.
And I really do mean it. It'd be okay. You just need to get that out.
I know you really do mean it.
So I will be looking in the mirror saying it's okay.
It's okay. Because it really is.
Right. I was trying to find this thing. Let me see. So this was just Google, you know. I was like, how do people deal with change or whatever? And some things people were saying was, you know, first acknowledge that things are changing and it's okay. I mean, if you think about it, if stuff stayed the same, that would be boring. It won't be good. You'll never
what would
grow.
Even be happening?
Right. You know, you ain't going nowhere.
Nothing.
Realize that even good change can cause some stress.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that, but but you know what this made me think of, and I don't know if you listened, but a couple weeks ago, it was more than a couple weeks ago, but a little bit ago, one of our pastors at the church was saying how we'd be like, I don't feel peace, I ain't doing that. And it was like, when did God ever tell you needed to feel peace about being obedient?
Yeah.
And he was like, y'all think Noah had peace building that ark? He was like, y'all think Abraham had peace when God told him to go? And it was just like, that is so true, because we always think we got to have peace to do something.
Yeah.
All we need to do is just like obey and listen and do what God tells us to do or what's in our hearts to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, that is, you know, like, because that's my thing. Well, I don't feel led or I don't feel, well, I don't want to say led because, you know, God probably is leading you to do something.
People say that a lot.
I don't feel peace to do that, so I ain't going to do it. And it's like, okay. And sometimes it applies, and I'm not saying it doesn't. But for the most part, if it's something that you feel like God is telling you, just don't want to do it because you think you don't have peace about it, it don't matter if you have peace or not.
Right. Oh, that's really good.
I know, I thought that was good. And then somebody also said, keep up with your regular schedule as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now that I have to agree with, because sometimes I be just thrown off by things. Like, if things just ain't going the way I planned for it to go that day, or if I woke up late, or any of that, I'm just like, this is bothering me.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't what this was supposed to be.
Yeah.
When really it's okay. But because you now feel like things are out of whack, now you purposely just out of like, your mood just messed up about it, when it really just ain't gotta be that way. So it's just like my routine, especially during the week, my routine,
You do have a routine.
Like, please.
Yeah.
Let me keep my peace.
And if it ain't on your schedule, it don't exist.
It don't exist.
Somebody also said to exercise. And that actually, as much as I don't like to exercise, as much as I can be unmotivated, it actually helps me when I'm in, you know, my rhythm of exercising.
Yeah.
And then somebody says, seek support. Get some help. Talk about it. What are you feeling? You know, that's good, I thought. Somebody said, focus on your values instead of your fears. And that's good. Accept the past, but fight for the future. And then this one right here, don't expect stability. And I don't know how I feel about that one just yet. But
like, as in what?
I don't know. It says don't expect stability. And honestly, if you think about this, and if we trust God the way we say we do, things are, I mean, sometimes God have us all over the place, or I don't know, like, you just have to trust him. What I mean is, you may not understand, but things will eventually all come together.
Yeah.
But
we get that.
Yeah, and sometimes we want a smooth ride.
Yeah.
But sometimes other stuff will come in the mix, and it's like, what in the world? But God is the one carrying us all along. You know what I mean?
I can get that.
Maybe that's what they're trying to say. I don't know.
I can get that. I mean, because if you think about, like, being stable, and you, like, don't expect stability, that's kind of...
Yeah, because I don't... No, I gotta be stable.
I mean, because I feel like the opposite of stability is, like, chaos.
Chaos and confusion.
I don't want chaos and confusion.
So that's why I said, I'm like, okay, well, where are they going with this? Yeah. But I feel like just trust God anyway, and don't worry. It may not be a smooth ride or smooth transitions how we would expect, but it'll work out in the end. And it's a reason for it. Yeah. And that's what I get from that. Yeah. But yeah. And this one says, don't stress out about stressing out.
I had that bad, and I would know I'm about to stress out, and then I would stress out trying not to stress out. So then I just be like, okay, let me just be done with this. I'm gonna pray with this. I'm gonna take some deep breaths. I'm gonna do some yoga, and I'm gonna be done with this.
And I think that time away, that time of alone, of being quiet and being still, that'll definitely help get your focus together.
And it's necessary.
You know? However that is for you, I think that's a good idea. So just take a moment. And sometimes we just need to be quiet and be still. Like, just to be quiet and be still. That will change a lot, actually.
I agree.
But yeah. But yeah, guys. So, this was just, I don't know, I guess how I was feeling today. I mean, I feel like we at least helped me out a lot with this. And just, just to really trust God and just understand that he's still in control.
Absolutely.
And he's a keeper. If he could keep me back when I was wilding out, he could definitely keep my future. And he already has it. And I feel the same for all of us.
Absolutely. I definitely agree.
Yeah. But how do you guys handle change? Comment. We would love to engage with you guys. And some of y'all do, so we appreciate that. But comment below. Let us know, how do you deal with change? Do you feel like something's going on with you? Are you And that's another thing. Maybe I have an expectation about something. I don't know. Like you said, maybe you feel like change is going to happen because it's something you've been praying about for so long. I don't know. But I feel that too. So it's not, I don't think it's bad at all, but I just want to know. Yeah, I just want to know. Yeah. But yeah, if you're comment below. Let us know how you deal with change, how you are. We want to hear from you. Yeah.
Or a change that happened in your life that was, good or bad, or however you felt about it. Let us know what it was.
Yeah. We'll love to read. I love reading testimonies anyway. If you change, I do. It encourages my soul. Y'all just don't understand. Like, sometimes when I feel like I'm not having a good day, I'll literally go on YouTube and put in a topic that I'm dealing with and read and search testimonies about it. But yeah, so that's just me. But all right, we appreciate you guys. Comment below, subscribe, click that notification bell. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.